I'm Kev.
And I'm Steve.
And we're from the internet.
Want to help us spread the We're from the Internet word? Leaving us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes and Stitcher would give us a nice little boost in the search results and help new listeners find us.
Hi. My question is, in 5 years' time, how far do you think tech will be?
About that far. 5 years further on, probably.
No, you say that, but sometimes they say tech leaps on 10, 15 years.
Yeah, every 10, 15 years, it leaps on about 10 or 15
Solar
years.
panels, they randomly leapt on 10 years last year.
No, they didn't. They leapt on 1 year, because it took them a year to do it.
No, they were sat there in their little laboratory, and apparently someone just accidentally picked up the wrong file. It was the file from 10 years in the future, and now solar panels work 10 years better than they should have. None
of that is true.
It is true.
They made some advancements last year. It moved them forward a year in the life of solar panels.
Their predictions of where they should be.
Yeah, their predictions were wrong.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean they're moving on 10 years. It means their predictions were wrong.
Well, I think when you follow the normal tech patterns,
there are no normal tech patterns.
There are. They've got to be cheap and reproducible, and you know all about the bloody life cycle of
I teach it all the time. I was teaching it today to some year 13s. You would be surprised how many chasm jokes there are that you can have with a group of 7 year 13s. It's that filled an hour, just chasm
So what's
gags.
coming ahead 5 years? What's looking like?
Well, would you like to know the things that are currently on the A-level ICT specification for emerging technology? 4G and 5G.
Huh.
So 4G because it's not everywhere yet. 5G because Korea are going to get it in 2 years' time. Your old buddy augmented reality.
Yeah.
That's still knocking about because it doesn't work yet. Although, obviously, HoloLens, very exciting business.
I'm backing that horse all the way to the bank.
As usual, AI and virtual reality are both on there like they have been for years. They've moved on 1 year in the last 50 years.
So you do get it. It's,
what else is on
What was on the really low bit where it's just creeping out? Because I always fascinates me reading that, because sometimes it's just
the Internet of Things is still hovering down that end. Cryptocurrencies are hovering down that end still, because they're getting there a little bit. But yeah, that's going to be the big thing when we suddenly realise we're in the future, when the Internet of Things happens.
Can't wait for that.
I just want to be able to walk into Tesco, fill a bag up with stuff, sling it in the back of my car and not see another person. I want to go there in the middle of the night when no one else is there. But I don't want any interaction with staff. I don't have to go near a till. I don't want to have to do any of that. I just want to walk in and have the sensors on the way in recognise who I am by my phone. It automatically set that up with my Bitcoin account. I can just take what I want, and as I walk back out again, it charges me for it.
Apparently Tesco's somewhere in the country has already set that up and was trialling it. Which I thought was bizarre. But no, it is incredible, and I can't wait until the day that I can hack your milk with my laptop. I'm just going to sit there, you're going to go to pour some milk, and it's just going to, I don't know, have curdled somehow because I've hacked the chips in the carton. I haven't thought about the nuts and bolts.
How milk curdles something, do you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's something to do with the code in the carton.
Plus, of course, once we're this whole going to Tesco thing, that won't last for much longer. Once the Internet of Things is really established, once we've all got smart fridges and drones or something that works, it'll just be a case of, your milk's half empty, the drone's going to drop some off in a few minutes, and it'll drop it in a chute in your roof, and it'll just appear in the fridge.
See, that's the bit I really want. I want them to repurpose chimneys, so that instead of Santa Claus going out in them,
it goes into your fridge, exactly. Your smart fridge.
And I don't know, I like the idea of a robot just doing everything around the house instead of my wife.
You can get them now. You can get the robot hoovers and the robot lawnmowers and all that stuff. Why don't you get one of them?
I don't want my wife to feel spoilt, do I?
Well, think of all the bacon she could do if someone else is cutting the grass for her.
She wouldn't give me bacon. She's vegetarian.
Baking, not bacon.
No, I misheard you.
You monster. Why would she be doing bacon? She's vegetarian. You sicko.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be quite cool if they started putting those tubes everywhere, although you'd start getting bandits intercepting the tubes, wouldn't you?
Just have them disconnected from the grid.
We'd call them tube bandits. They'd be everywhere.
Good. See, we could really delve into the A-level ICT specification here and discuss the digital divide and the impact that all this Internet of Things nonsense will have on that. Because
I remember all this lecturing.
Yeah, you're going to have your Herberts who can't afford the internet and can't afford a phone, who now can't go into Tesco anymore because there's no way to shop there unless you've got the internet and a Bitcoin account and some kind of RFID thing. They can scrounge on the scraps out of my bin if they know the PIN number to get into my bin.
It's going to
into
end
my
up
smart
accidentally
bin.
Cleansing humanity, aren't they? That's the wrong word.
Exactly. But 10 years further on, they're going to put all our houses, they'll hover so that the Herberts can't get up there. They'll all just be scrabbling around on the floor, leaping up, trying to grab onto our rubbish chutes to try and get in. And get in, even if they get in, they can't nick anything because they've got the wrong DNA and it won't let them turn the telly
They
on.
hurry up and move everything up on stilts and just stick the rubbish on the floor. That'll work.
Forget about stilts. Hovering. That's the way
Hovering would be
forward.
great, but stilts.
You just need magnets.
Do you reckon the Jetsons just suddenly realised if they just put it all on that big stilt that they all have the houses on, then all their rubbish could just fall to the bottom and the animals would figure
It's
it all
because
out?
what you don't see is down at street level, you've got the unconnected Herberts who don't have a phone. If you've not got a smartphone yet, boys and girls, go out and buy one this afternoon, or else you risk not being able to buy underpants this time next year. It's a genuine fear you should have.
5 years' time, you'll just be naked wandering the streets.
You
saying, "I wish I
basically
listened to Kev."
won't exist because you won't have any way. I mean, really, we're preaching to the converted. It's a bloody podcast. If you know someone who doesn't have the internet,
So if you don't have a smartphone, why are you listening to this smartphone?
If you know someone
podcast?
if you care about someone who doesn't yet have access to the internet or a smartphone, copy this onto a cassette. I assume it's possible to do that. I'm not sure how. I suppose what you need to do is burn it onto a CD, then go around your mum and dad's house and use their hi-fi with the CD player in the top and the double cassette thing at the bottom. Because normal people don't have them, but your parents will still have one of them, won't they?
Probably somewhere.
Old people have one of them.
Couldn't they just go and get one of those USB to vinyl converters? My father-in-law's got one.
Herberts don't have record players. They have cassette players.
Probably do.
No, record players are cool. Once something gets so old that it becomes cool, it gets taken off the Herberts again.
See,
You don't understand economics, do you?
We've established I don't.
Yeah, it's basically, at the moment, the only thing they're allowed to have is cassettes and CDs. But only the rich ones have CDs. So if you're a poor Abbott, you've got cassettes still. But records are gone. They've gone back to the hipsters. It's the circle of cool. And the hipsters have now got the records again. Pretty soon, the hipsters will take the cassettes off you. So you need to act fast. If your parents live far away, you need to get down there this weekend with a CD of this episode, put it on a cassette, and then give it to your loved ones. Because if you wait too long, that cassette's going to fall into the hand of hipsters, and they already know. They're one step ahead.
Before you did.
Yeah, exactly. So act fast, or else people are going to die.
So
This
in
is your
5 years'
responsibility.
time, hipsters will be playing Blu-rays and we'll all be walking on the moon.
I think that's pretty much where we got to, wasn't it? Want to get your question answered on a future episode of We're From The Internet? Head over to we'refromtheinternet.com/question. Tweet your questions at KevinSteve, email kevinsteve@gmail.com, or post them at facebook.com/KevinSteve, or even leave them in the comments for this episode.